Okay, so I want to talk about gemstones and chakras. Many people think that gemstones are somehow related to planets, and they're not. Gemstones have no relations to planets. They do not, it's not like they're emailing or calling the planet as soon as you wear a particular gem in Vedic astrology. They're not calling the planet to improve your conditions. They're not doing that. What a gemstone does, it opens up your chakra. Chakras are the ones that are connected to the planets. Chakras, they're invisible sheer force, and the rays that even science really hasn't been able to detect yet, because science is not that advanced. We think we're advanced, but we're not. But it's the chakras who capture the energy of planets that actually control your mindset, your aura. And because of your aura, you attract and subtract certain opportunities in your life. So let's say when people say that, oh, as soon as I wear a diamond, I met my soulmate and I'm married to them now. How did that happen? Okay. When this person wore a diamond, their aura began to cleanse. The aura that was controlled by Venus, which was making them look dull and ugly and unattractive and unsoothing and uncharming. What happens is that by wearing the diamond called upon to the Venus chakra, I think it's the heart chakra. Once that opened, he opened the communications line to Venus, the chakra. Chakra is the one who called up Venus and said, look, I want you to improve this guy's condition. And so Venus says, okay, I'll improve it best to my ability. Then what happens when the chakra gets cleaned out, people start noticing this person. They start seeing this person in a different light. Like when you're at a party and you're observing somebody from the back and you realize, oh my God, they're very arrogant or they're snobbish. God, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to approach them. Then there will be certain people you're like, oh my God, I cannot wait to talk to them. Even though those two people will be exactly the same look, in personality. Like they'll be just as good looking, just as nice people. But because one of the person's aura was so messed up that it didn't attract this person the opportunity it should have. So this person can come and talk to them and find out that, hey, they were meant for each other after 4 or 5 hours of talking. Sorry about this. But so this is what happens. And why is it that in Vedic astrology they tell people to wear gemstones in certain fingers? It's not like you can wear a diamond in this finger, that finger, that finger. No, it doesn't work that way, because in our hand there are veins. Okay, each finger has a certain vein that goes and connects to a certain chakra. Okay, so if you're trying to invoke, let's say, your solar plex chakra, which controls your willpower, and to invoke that chakra in one method is wearing a red coral or a ruby in a ring finger. Okay, that will make a communication call to that chakra. That chakra will call Mars to give you more willpower. This is how it works. And what people do, they put diamond in this finger, which is very wrong. Mars and Venus are enemies. Mars and Sun is enemies. Anytime Venus is sitting with Sun in any house, that person is bound to have a divorce or bound to have a broken engagement. Okay. So this is why in Western world especially, people wear diamond rings in this finger. I'm wearing a diamond ring, but it's supposed to be in the middle finger or the little finger. These two fingers are the only ones for Venus. Why? Because the middle finger is a finger of Saturn. Saturn is best friend with Venus. Okay? And the little finger is of Mercury and Moon and Venus. And those three planets are friends with one another. and where moon is neutral to both of them. Okay, but in reality, the real Venus crown is the thumb. Thumb has the mount of Venus. Thumb has the microscopic veins that are going from your hand to your heart chakra. Okay, so this is how gemstones work. This is how gemstones react. Gemstones are not related to planets at all whatsoever. They were never a part of Parashara or the ancient Vedic astrology. I guess some genius jeweler brought the concept of gemstones into play, because then he knew that people would go buy it. And I cannot debunk this, and I cannot say that jeweler was wrong, because I'll tell you why. The secret of gemstones and how they came to play a big part in Vedic astrology. Egyptians, back 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, Egyptians, pharaohs, wore gemstones, especially blue sapphire. Okay, blue sapphire is very well known in Egyptian history from Masonical and metaphysical and magical purposes. So what they did in Egypt, they sent out their best writers back in the days to go all the way to Kashmir, India, and get what it's called a Kashmiri blue sapphire, Kashmiri Neelam. That's the name, because Kashmir has some of the most richest and the most brilliant blue sapphires produced in the entire globe. So when these writers came to Kashmir, and where these miners and the people who were in the business of mining did a very good business with these writers from Egypt. But when they asked at one point that why is it that you really want them, and they wouldn't tell them, they would hesitate in telling them. But then one of them told them that this is for this reason, because blue sapphire has a very Masonic power to it, and is connected to the planet Saturn and the god Amun-Ra, which is a mirror image of Jesus. It's pretty much, the Bible is a mirror image of Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra in his life, he was a big believer in Saturn. So Amun-Ra's symbol is a Saturn upside down. I don't know if you, this is not for people in India, but in the United States, I don't know if they have Target in India, but a Target store in US has a Target sign. One big round circle, and in the middle there's this red target mark. This is pretty much the planet Saturn from the top view. So there's the ring and there's the actual planet, and this is where Target copied, because Target, again, big businesses believe in these things, they believe in these symbols. So this is how these writers came to be, and they told them that how gems were related to planets, and that's when gemstones became a part of our culture. Okay, so all you arrogant Hindu Vedic astrologers who do not want to listen to anything else and just want to close your mind to this narrow tunnel vision of Vedic astrology and Maharishi Parashara, and they are the greatest, and gemstones work, and this, you better listen up. It was the Egyptian who introduced us to the concept of gemstones. We did not bring gemstones into play into our astrological culture. Sure, we may have found astrology, but the remedies, as far as gemstone remedies is concerned, the chakras related to it, that knowledge came from Egypt. So I hope it helped.